Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Talk Virgin to Me. Today, we're going to talk about bidding. Oh my gosh, I get this question constantly. How do I bid? What do I bid? How does it work? All of those things. So, we figured this would be super easy, quick podcast for you to listen to learn all the tips on bidding. So let's talk about it. When you book a voyage with Virgin, not too long after you book the voyage, they'll send you an email that says, well, let's see what it says. I have it right here. The exact wording is level upgrade your voyage. So it'll come in your inbox and it will have a link to all the different types of cabins. So obviously, if you're in an inside, you'll get choices for Sea View, Sea Terrace, Central Sea Terrace, and above. And like I said, Sea View, if you're on a Sea View, then it'll go up from there. So each cabin, it'll go up from there. So my current email that I have received is from, I'm in a regular Sea Terrace. So they've sent me Central Sea Terrace and asked me if I want to bid. So the bidding for a Central Sea Terrace is actually super cheap. It's not that expensive. It starts at $50 and I think it goes all the way up to $100. Let me just click on it here and see what it says, but I'm pretty sure because I've bid $100 before and just, hope for the best. So if I click on the Central Sea Terrace and I scroll up, yep, 100. So it starts at $50 to bid all the way up to 100. So the key to this to remember what I'm telling you, is that if you place a bid here and you forget about it and they just charge your card and poof, you're upgraded, you cannot cancel, change, go back, make a different decision, nothing. It's a done deal. So know this, that if you bid something because you're, had too much tequila or you are enjoying life at the moment and you thought to yourself, well, let me bid on this gorgeous suite and I'm going to pay $5,000 for it. And you completely forget about it. And months later you see cha-ching and it says, congratulations. You get an email that says, congratulations, you have won your bid. You can't change that. So remember that. Because bid what you feel comfortable with, obviously feel comfortable paying, and know that you can't change it once it's done. Now, you can go back in after you've bid and make a change and cancel bidding. So like say 2 weeks later or a week before you realize, hey, I don't want to do this anymore in case something opens up and you want to cancel it, you totally can. But once it's a done deal. The other thing that's a done deal is the actual room. So once I did a bid on a gorgeous suite, won it, which I was so excited about, and then got to the room and it was an accessible suite. So the accessible suite, I've talked about this a bazillion times. The accessible gorgeous suite is nothing like the other suites because the bathroom is really one of the reasons why I really love it. And the bathroom's completely different. The countertop isn't as big. There's no cheeky window from the shower into the room. So everything's completely different. So I was pretty disappointed in that I ended up an accessible suite because it was not what I wanted. I like bathroom space and there was not a lot. So I should say bathroom counter space. Obviously the bathroom was big because it had to be accessible for wheelchairs. So it was big enough for that, but not the counter space. So I was pretty disappointed. So know that I could not change it. That was it. It was a done deal. I made it. It is what it is. But honestly, it turned out to be great. I loved it. I'd do it again. But at the moment when I walked in, I was like, oh, dang, because I just love the big bathroom. So know that you can't make any changes and no room changes. So I also just had a client, if you watch this, she's going to know who she is. I just had a client write me and say, I don't want to be on deck 9 for the Central Sea Terrace. And I was like, oh, I don't know that I could change you. And so I went in to look and there was nothing else and I couldn't change her. So know that that's what it basically is. So once you make that change, that's the room. And you might be able to change your room. I don't want to say that. I don't know anyone that has. There could be an exception to the rule, but majority of the time it's a one-off, especially if it's a rock star. It's usually a one-off. So the Central Sea Terrace, you can bid from $50 to $100. And I'm going to show you my phone. I don't know that you're going to be able to see it, but you can do this little scrolly slider thing and slide it back and forth to where you want to pay. So it's basically just a slider on there and you get to pick the price that you want. So the next one up is the XLC Terrace, and you can pick. It starts at 150 dollars and goes up to $325. So if you really want an XLC terrace, those are the price. That's the price for that. It's $150 to $325. Now, the XLC terrace you have to be very, very careful with. That if you get seasick, know that they're all in the front of the ship. And the other thing about the XLC terrace is they tend to have as you get closer to the front, they tend to have the metal balconies, so it's not glass anymore, and the hammock is not a hammock, it's that chair, that's that egg chair. So you could very well get one of those when you do the XLC terrace bidding. So if you're okay with that, awesome. If not, don't do it because you could end up with it. The next one is the suite aft suite, and that starts at $1150 per cabin and goes up to $24.25. The next one is a suite aft suite, even bigger terrace. So there's 3 suite aft suite options, and that one starts at $1,200, and the next one starts at $1,300, and that's the biggest one and goes up to $275 as a bidding option. And after the suite aft suite is the Seriously Suite, and that actually starts at a little bit cheaper because the Seriously Suite is like a junior suite, so it starts at $1,000 and goes all the way up to, I want to say, $2,080 is what it goes up to. Oh no, $2,100. Sorry, I didn't slide all the way. So $2,100 is what it goes up to, and then the Cheeky Corner Suite starts at $1,375. That's a Cheeky Corner Suite, pretty big terrace, and the Cheeky Corner Suite, even bigger terrace, starts at $1,450. Cheeky Corner Suite, biggest terrace, starts at $1,550. Then Brilliant Suite, which is $1,700 it starts at, and then Gorgeous Suite, which is in the Mega Rockstar category. So this is the only Mega Rockstar category or cabin that you can bid on if you're not already a Mega Rockstar. So let me repeat that one more time. If you are in regular cabins, this is the only Mega Rockstar Suite that you can bid on in the Mega Rockstar category is the Gorgeous Suite. The Gorgeous Suite starts at $3,100 and goes all the way up to $6,600, it looks like. So let me back up and say that if you're in a Rockstar Suite and you want to bid for a Mega Rockstar, those are available to you. So no one in the C Terrace category can bid for the Massive, the Fab, or the Posh. Only the Rockstars can bid for the Massive, Fab, and the Posh Suite, and the Gorgeous Suite. So the only option for those in the C Terrace category in the Mega Rockstar category is Gorgeous Suite, which is a great suite. It's the lead-in suite. It's phenomenal. I love it. It's the one that I have spent the most time in, honestly. It comes with a roadie, and the location's on deck 15, which is amazing. So it's just a great suite. So highly suggest bidding for it if you can afford it and want to bid. I would do it. And this is on, just so you know, these prices right now are on a 4-night sailing. I'm looking at a 4-night sailing, so I should have specified that earlier because I'm assuming I don't have a 7-night sailing right now. I do, but it's not going to send me. I actually have a longer sailing, but it's not going to send me the level upgrade yet because it's a few years away. But know that this is for a 4-night. These are the pricing. This is the price for a 4-night. So I do say a safe bet is a Central Sea Terrace if you're going from even Insider or Seaview and you want a Sea Terrace. I do believe that the Central Sea Terrace is such a good choice because of the fact that Central Sea Terrace will always have a hammock unless it's broke. They should always have glass. And you will have no worries about the location if motion sickness bothers you because of the fact that it's midship. Now, with Sea Terrace, so say you're going from Insider and Seaview to Sea Terrace, you could very well get really close to the front of the ship, lose your hammock, and also get a metal balcony, or you can be very all the way in the back of the ship, which isn't bad because that's where I've spent some time back there in the Cheeky Corner Suite. So it's not bad. But know that and also XLC Terrace, same thing. When you bid on those, chances are the room is probably not going to be the best room because the ones that people picked are already gone. The ones that they've, got to have a choice in instead of bid on. So that's kind of how the bidding works. Like I said, the email comes to you not too long after you not too long after you actually book the cruise. And then you can find out about 2 weeks ahead of time. So I've learned about 2 weeks prior to boarding, but then I've also gotten an upgrade bid like a couple days before. So it does say on the upgrade bid it can go up to 48 hours prior. And honestly, you can still go on board and see if people don't show up and ask if you want and say, hey, I want to be put on the upgrade list. You will still pay. It's not going to be free. It's not going to be like, hey, so-and-so didn't show up. Here's a room for you. You will pay that price. And at that price, there will be no bidding. It will just be, this is what the price is, and you have to pay for it. So I have done that as well, where I've gotten on board and asked to be upgraded, and they give us the price. So that is an option. Like I said, it very rarely happens, of course, but worth a shot. You never know. I'm trying to think if I missed anything in terms of... Galman's telling me to say what my strategy is. Honestly, oh gosh, I don't know that I have a strategy. I really just go for what I would feel comfortable paying for that, because I love a Rockstar suite. I love a Mega Rockstar suite. I love both of those suites. I really just go what I would be comfortable paying for it. So I don't bid the lowest. I used to have a strategy prior to the ship selling out. I used to look online and look at the inventory and then say, okay, these Rockstar suites are still open. I'm going to bid, the lowest possible. You can always ask your travel agent, hey, what Rockstar suites are still open? Are there any open? And they can tell you, and then that way you could make your best bid and hope that you get it. That's how I used to do it. But now, oh my gosh, I don't know the last time I've seen a sailing without Rockstars or with Rockstars being open. I feel like it's always full and sold out. So it's very rare to win a Rockstar bid. And it's funny because I'm in a ton of sailing groups because I'm always on board. And I always see people writing, I put in a bid for a Rockstar. And I always feel terrible like saying to them, you're not going to get that. So just kind of let that one go because there's nothing open, because we can see the inventory, obviously. So we know it's open. But that was my strategy. So now I just really just bid what I would feel comfortable with, because you just never know if people cancel, if things happen, and people move around and that kind of thing. You're not supposed to be able to cancel up until 48 hours. You can only do a name change. But things happen. People do a no-show, or they definitely cancel. It happens. As a travel agent, we actually just handled it today where somebody had to cancel. And now there's some rooms open on whatever sailing they were going on in a couple weeks, in like a week or something like that. So it does happen. So that is my strategy. I will just bid what I feel comfortable with. I do not bid the least amount, but with Central Sea Terrace, I will tell you I always bid the $100 because it's $100. So I just bid that, and usually I get it. And luckily, I have gotten some really good rooms. I've actually been on deck 10 almost every time, midship, very midship. So I've loved that. I'm trying to think. I've won the Gorgeous Suite twice. No, 3 times. 4 times? Oh, 4 times. I think I've won, 5 times. Jeez Louise. I've won the Gorgeous Suite 5 times. That's because I'm crazy. And I'm trying to think what else I've won. I think those are the only ones that I've won. I think it was Gorgeous Suite. Is that I feel like those are the only ones I've won. Everything else I've purchased myself. Like Seriously Suite, I purchased myself. Cheeky Corner, I purchased myself. So yeah. So that's kind of how I've done it. But I highly suggest it, especially if you're in an Insider or a Sea View. I would 100% try for the bid, but just use those tips that I gave you in terms of what to pick. I would go for Central Sea Terrace. It really is the safest bet because of the fact that you're almost guaranteed, I don't want to say guaranteed, but you're almost guaranteed a hammock, and you're definitely guaranteed a glass balcony, because there are no metal balconies in Central. So the only thing that would be different on that, or that would be a risk, which I don't think, if you're going from Inside to Sea Terrace, I think that's still great, is that you'll be on could possibly be on deck 14 or possibly be on deck 8, which would be the top and the bottom of the actual cabins. So deck 14 would be right underneath the pool, and deck 8 would be right above deck 7, which is, the fun deck, the deck that has pizza and all the fun things. So yeah, so that would be my thing to always just bid Central Sea Terrace. Super safe and good. But I don't know what it would be, how much it would be to go from an insider there. So you just have to look into that. But hopefully it's just as cheap as it is to go from a sea terrace. So I think that's it. If you guys have questions, I mean, feel free to contact me. Feel free to write in the comments and let me know if you have questions about bidding. But I do highly suggest it. You just never know. But know that rock stars are slim to none unless you're going on the Resilient right now. Those are pretty open. I'm trying to think what else. That's really it right now. And this is being filmed in winter. So the Resilient has some really good rock stars open. So if you're watching this in Australia and you're sailing, I would 100% bid for a rock star because you're probably going to get it. And then I would also say, I don't know, but we're not there yet. But I would say the Med this summer, not Greek, but Med, I would bid because I have a feeling that'll be okay too. So yeah. All right, let us know if you need anything. I am Samantha again from Fabulous Adventures Travel Company, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Follow me on Facebook at Samantha Fabulous Adventures Travel, and join our group, Virgin Voyages, Cruise Tips and Deals. And we'll talk to you soon. Bye.